What's happening, guys? Lawson here, out on the water. It's like 6 in the afternoon. It is so absurdly hot today that I just couldn't come out any earlier. Even right now, it's 89 degrees, feels like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a little toasty, which can make fishing tough, but we're gonna see what we can do. Today's video is also sponsored by Catchco. Now, if you know what Catchco is, they are kind of like the father company of Mystery Tackle Box and Carl's Bait and Tackle. They produce their own line of lures through a few different names and make some really cool stuff. So we're gonna be throwing some of those today, and I'll leave a link down below where you can go and pick up some of these lures if you want to. Highly recommend them. But we are gonna hop up front, hop on the trolling motor, and start casting and see what we can do. All right, at the moment, we've cruised into a canal. We're gonna start off throwing the Hunch right here. It's a bait made by Catchco, just a little jerk bait. And I think it'll be perfect for finding some snook and jack hiding up underneath these docks inside these canals. And right now, I'm actually up on top of the cooler. Just gonna move really slow and see maybe we can see some suspended fish. And while we're looking for suspended fish, just blind casting into good structure. See about a snapper sitting right here. Oh, there's one. There's a whole pack of mangrove snappers. Whatever. Get one fish out of the way real quick. There she goes. The canal that we started in provided not much. Maybe we can move out to this main area. We're kind of on a bigger point in the river here, and hopefully what I'm thinking is there's a lot of current pumping through here, and there's actually a decent amount of wind that it might be cooled off a bit even out on this main river. But we're still going to be targeting some docks because snook-like structure, man. That's where they like to get, and that's where the fish are going to be. So throwing the Hunch still, and just going to work down this dock line, and hopefully we'll find some fish here. Oh, I just got crushed by a fish right there. Dang it. Need those bites. You know what? I think I'm gonna make a change and try something that I can work a little bit slower than this jerk bait. It has incredible action, but it's just so hot. I think I need to roll something on the bottom. Alright, this beautiful bait right here that I just pulled out is a Biospawn Exo Swim, which is also made by Catchco, and you can pick one of them up on the link below here. I just feel like, wow, that was impressive. I just feel like it's so hot that I need something I can slow roll around on the bottom, honestly. If there was two baits, I would say if you're trying to figure out an area or you're just trying to really cover some water and figure out some fish, it would be a soft plastic swim bait like I'm throwing right now, or a diving minnow. They're great baits so if you're trying to figure out an area and you're really trying to cover water and just get an idea of where some fish are or what they're trying to hold on to. Especially like a soft plastic bait like this Exo Swim right here, is that I can roll it really slow or I can rip it really, really fast depending on what I see the fish are doing. And so right now we're just making really long casts, and I'm working at a medium retrieve right here. And if I don't get bumped, ooh, it's like something just swirled right behind it. But if I don't get bumped, I'll slow it down. Maybe I'll try reeling it a little faster. But typically, you know, it's working at a medium retrieve with saltwater fish works really, really well, especially in an open area like this. And then when we close in on structure, like I have this dock up in front of me now, we'll whip it up, get right on the edge of that structure, and then that's when I'll let it sink and just slow roll it and just kind of bounce it right above the bottom. So if you're ever trying to figure it out, swim bait's the way to go, I think. All right, we have continued pressing deeper and deeper into the river here. It is slow. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. It is 7:30 p.m. right now, if you can believe that, and it is still hot as hell outside. Right here we're throwing a shimmer shad. This is also bait made by Catchco, and I saw this online and I was like, yeah, that's gonna catch a tarpon. I think this could possibly be like a tarpon secret weapon right here. This is actually a drop shot minnow, but if you don't know, tarpon are infamous for eating very, very little presentations, and I've already seen 3 tarpon roll as we pulled into this canal. So we're gonna try to be patient here, and I think maybe focus our efforts on this because it is hot and the snook are not being very productive, but we haven't tried tarpon yet, and this could be good. Oh, also, if you're wondering what this very interesting looking jig head is a Fathom inshore jig head, which you can get off Shop Carl's. I'll leave a link down to that below as well. Oh, tarpon just rolled. It's right up here. Not quite far enough. I think I might just power it in. I just saw 2 tarpon roll. This, oh my gosh, one just rolled right there. I'm not really sure how to go about throwing this bait at these fish. I'm not sure if I just do a dead retrieve like this and let it have that like little micro wiggle action. I bounce it up and down a bunch. If I just dredge it off the bottom, that is, oh my gosh, that was a gar. Gee, good night, son. That was just a big old long-nosed gar. That might have caught me off guard a little bit. There's a fish. That's tarpon. Oh, a little snook, okay. The way that came up at first, I'm like, there's no way that's not gonna be a tarpon. A little snook on the shimmer shad. All right, that's pretty cool. Snook on a drop shot bait. Honestly, anything other than a snapper to get us kicked off in the right direction here. And the tarpon just rolled right to my left as I'm fighting this little snook. Come on, guy. Handsome little guy right there. We won't keep him out of the water very long because tarpon are rolling, and that's kind of got me a little more interested than a snook that size. But feels good to knock a fish out of the way, a proper fish that's not a mangrove snapper, and get the ball moving in the right direction here. I had a feeling that the bite would start to pick up surely as it gets later and later, but it forces us into a really tight window, which is kind of super annoying. But we're gonna do what we gotta do. We got probably about an hour. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes of light to see if we can make this happen. Okay, here is the game plan, I think. We are going to start prepping for a night bite, which I really don't want to fish at night because it's just so hard to film, but I want to catch a few more fish. We're going to close out the little daylight that we have left. I think just continuing the tarpon mission and see if we can stick to it. Then once the night comes, we're going to set up and try to catch a few fish off lights and call it a night, hopefully. It has been very slow. I'm not surprised because it was just so disgustingly hot out, and I find the afternoons are very tough to catch fish because basically the water has been heating up the entire day, and it's just at its very hottest point, and then just now it's really gonna start cooling down, you know. And we have probably like 20 minutes maybe. We got like 30 minutes maybe of light left to see if we can close the deal on the tarpon, and then it's light action. I have a very interesting idea that's going to be kind of hard to execute, but it could work very well. Right here, I have another one of those shimmer shads, but this is a 3-inch version. If you can even see that, it is tiny and it looks just like a glass minnow. Now this is a drop shotting bait for smallmouth and largemouth, but there's no reason it won't work on a snook. And so what I've rigged it here is just a circle hook with a loop knot onto it. It's gonna be tough to throw, but I think if we can get it in the right areas, this could be a game changer. I have no idea where it landed, but something just whacked the crap out of it. There's a little jack. This is obviously not the fish we're trying to catch. Oh my gosh, come on. Okay. This is obviously not the fish that we're trying to catch right now, but it proves my point that a drop shot minnow will work on a dock light probably phenomenally well, if not maybe better than any other type of dock light bait. That right there, little horse eye. I'd like to catch a good snook. That would be nice. That'd make me feel better about myself. Oh my gosh. Okay, another jack, but it's got me kind of stoked that this bait is working this well. I'm gonna try to just pump this guy in. Gosh, that's cool. Another horse eye. Man, I don't really understand what's going on right now. Normally when I'm fishing lights, it's like 75% snook, 15%, let me break my percentages here. Normally when I'm fishing lights, it's like 70% snook and then like 20% moonfish and 10% jack. And right now, I'm just seeing like all jack and moonfish. I've seen one single snook on a light, and I don't really understand what's going on. And typically when you look at a light, there might be like 5 snooks stacked up on it, 2 or 3 moonfish swimming around, you might see a jack come through. And it's completely flipped right now. I don't really understand what's going on. So we're gonna make a move real quick, hit one more section of lights, and then we're gonna call it. Unfortunately, I am already out like an hour and a half later than I planned on being out, and I have plans to fish early in the morning. But I really wanna try to catch a few more fish. That's what's so hard about filming, is that I wanna make a great video for you guys, and so I'm kind of pushing my time limit to stay out here just to do it. But I just really wanna catch a good fish, man. Back home, next day. Let me catch you up on what you missed. Nothing. So I fished for about another hour and a half, and I think I might have caught one more horseye jack. And I found one single light that actually had a good amount of snook on it, and I threw the shimmer shad on it. And I mean, they were just following it, but none of them would ever pull the trigger on it. I just don't think the night was good. It was still so hot out, even though it was 10 o'clock at night, it was still hot. The tide wasn't moving that great. There's a million excuses I can make, but we just didn't catch the fish. Right now, during the summertime, my fishing experiences have been so hit or miss. It is frustrating as hell. It's been like, you know, when I went out with my buddies Jonah and Micah, whacked a close to 20-pound jack, and then the very next morning caught a 34-inch snook. And then I go out the next day, and it's terrible. Don't even get a video. Then go out the day after that, catch a really good snook. It's just been one or the other. Either terrible fishing, or you get one bite, and it's going to be a really great fish. And that's pretty typical for the summer, I feel like. It's just so hot. The snook are active, though, but my God, is it hot outside. There are some times where it is just like unbearable to be out there, and I've lived in Florida my entire life, in South Florida my entire life, and I love the heat, but there's some days where I'm like, I want to die right now. Well, enough of me being a big giant baby and complaining about why I didn't catch fish and how it's so hot. Just enough of that. I still had fun, and I think part of what makes fishing so great are the days when you go out and it kind of sucks. You know, you can't forget how amazing it is just to be out there, but you can kind of be mad. It's okay to be mad when the fishing is not great or frustrated, but don't be like, oh, fishing sucks, it's just stupid. Think about what you could have done differently, why it should be different, and use days that aren't great to improve your next time you go out and make great days. That makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. That'll keep you up to date whenever I post a video. We're about to hit 125,000 subscribers, and that's pretty cool. Lots of ideas stewing here, and don't you worry. Soon enough, sometime this week, I'm still fiending to get onto my big snook hunt, and I bought some pretty killer baits that I think are going to be game changers. Anyways, I'm done. I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you go down below and check out those Catchco links and pick up some really unique and cool baits because they are solid. And Catchco, Mr. Tackle Box, they are such cool company because they've supported me for so long and they've really made a lot of what I do possible. So go show them some love down below. Anyhow, that's it. We're done. Until the next video, peace.